So, nagamit ra day ko og mobile phone sir para ma-edit na ako sir sa WPS ug ma-explain na ako sir ug masuwat-suwatan na ako ang akong presentation sir. So, low performance ra kaayo siya sir kay na tungod na siya mga watermarks sa kilid ug sa ubos, pero I will try my best gyapon sir nga ma-explain siya sir ug dili ni siya mahadlang ang akong pagkaway na og laptop ug computer para mahatag ang akong best sa pag-explain sa akong assignment. Thank you sir. So, good day sir, I'm Raul Huerta from BSME-2A and this is my recorded video in our assignment 1 in Econ 223. So, let's start in problem 1. So, in problem 1, what is the annual rate of interest if 265 pesos is earned in 4 months of an investment of 15,000? So, in here, naatay solution. So, which Rn is 4/12. Kay nag-statement siya diri og 4 months. Tapos kanang 4 months is ato na siya gi-divide og 12 kay tungod in 1 year na atay 12 months para mahimo siyang 1/3. Nakakuha na tag value sa ato n which is 1/3. And then magamit na ta sa formula nga I equals to L/Pn which is RL is or ang atong numerator is mao na siya atong gilit as 265 nga pesos nga gi-earned in 4 months. So, substitute the value. So, nanata diri I equals to 265 pesos over 15,000 which is our investment and then times n nato nga 1/3. So, nakakuha na ta og ato na siyang i-compute. Nakuha na to ang 0.053 or ato siya times og 100 para mahimong percent which is 5.3%. So, let's proceed in problem 2. A loan of 2,000 is made for a period of 13 months, from January 1 to January 31. The following year, at a simple interest of 20%, what is the future amount is due at the end of the loan period? So, natay mga given diri nga 13 months which is mao na siya ang atong n, tapos napud tay 20% which is our interest or ang atong I, simple interest or ang atong I, and then ato na sila simplify which is ang kaning atong 13 months is mo ni siya nag-stand atos as n nato tapos ato siya i-divide og 12 which is the 1 year. Tapos ang kaning 20% is ato na siya i-divide og 100 which mahimo siya og 0.2. Maong in here magamit ta og formula nga F equals to P times 1 plus NI. And then substitute which our P is 2,000 and then our N is 13/12 and then ang atong I is 0.2 or ang atong 20%. And then makuha na nato ang atong future amount at due date which is 2,433.33 pesos. So next is problem 3. If you borrow money from your friend with simple interest of 12%, find the present worth of 20,000 which is due at the end of 9 months. So, natay given diri nga 12% which is our I or interest. And then, atong future worth is 20,000. Tapos, ang atong N is 9 months which is ato i-divide og 12 for 1 year. So, atong magamit na formula is the present worth which is P equals to F times the quantity of 1 plus Ni raised to negative 1. Human, ato na lang i-substitute ang atong mga value. So, P is, so F is 20,000 times the quantity of 1 plus Rn is 9/12 then times sa 0.12 or 20%. Ato lang gihimong decimal kay para makuha nato, then ato gi-raise og negative 1. So our present worth is 18,348.62. So next is problem 4. Determine the exact simple interest on 5,000 for the period from January 15 to November 26, 1992 if the rate of interest is 22%. So natay value diri or mga given nga ang atong P is 5,000 then ang atong I is 22% or 0.22. So in here is para makuha na to ang atong n is ato sa sugdan ng January 25 ug pila ka adlaw kutob sa November 28. So in January is nag-start ta og January 16, so naatay 16 days. In January is natay 29 days. March is 31 days. April is 30 days. May is 31 days. June is 30 days. July is 31. August is 31 days. September is 30 days, October is 31, and then November is October siya sa 28, so 28 days. And then ato sila isang maptanan which is makakuha taog 318 days. Human ka na sila is ato na sila ipang divide og 366 kay tungod ang 1992 is a leap year, so mag-divide ta og 366. If dili leap year is mag-divide ta og 355. So magamit tag sa formula nga exact simple interest which is PIN, tapos substitute RP is 5,000, RN is 300, gi-divide nato sa 366 which is leap year times the I which is 0.22. Then makakuha na ta sa ato simple interest nga 955.74. So next is problem 5. A man wishes his son to receive 200,000 pesos for 10 years from now. What amount should he invest if it will earn interest of 10% compounded the first 5 years and 12% compounded quarterly during the next 5 years? So dinhi is natay mga value nga 200,000 for 10 years, and then na ang atong I is 10% and 12%. So mga given nato is F equals to 200,000, for compound interest is I equals to 10%, then atong N is 5 or 5 years. So for compound interest is I equals to 12 over 4 nahimong 3%, then ang atong N is 5, gitimes na to 4 which is mahimo siyang 20. So solution is, so mao ni siya ang atong cash flow diagram which is ang atong P1 is atong ipangita pa, then atong P2 is ato pang pangitaon, then naanan siya ang future interest which is 200,000. So solution is magamit ta sa formula nga P equals to F times the quantity of 1 plus I raised to negative n. So substitute sa atong mga value which is our F or future worth is 200,000 times the quantity of 1 plus ang atong I is 3% or 0.03 times raised sa I nato is 20 man, so ato siya ay negative 20. So nanatay sa value sa atong P2 which is 110,735.15. Then sa P1 na po is ato siya pangintaon. P1 equals sumaon yung formula sa P1. P1 equals to P2 times the quantity of 1 plus I raised to negative n. So substitute ang atong P2 which is ang kanisiya, then times the quantity of 1 plus ang I nato sa P1 is 10% or 0.10, then the raise nato siya og negative 5 which is ang atong n is 5 years man. So makuha na nato ang P1 po nato which is 68,757.82. So mo na ni karon ang atong bag-o nga cash flow. So next is problem 6. By the condition of a will, the sum of 25,000 is left to be held in trust by her guardian until it amounts to 45,000. When will the girl receive the money if the fund is weighted at 8% compounded quarterly? So natay given din hinga present worth is which is 25,000, then ang atong future worth is 45,000. Then ang atong I in here is 8% which is ato siya i-divide og 4 para mahimo na lang siyang 2%. So atong formula nga gamiton is F equals to P times the quantity of 1 plus I raised to n. So substitute sa atong mga value para makuha nato ang atong n which is F is 45,000 equals to P which is 25,000 times the quantity of 1 plus ang atong I is 0.03, then raise na to siya og 4n ang ato value. So 45,000 divide 25,000 is 1.8 na lang. Tapos din sa quantity is ato gi-add 1 plus 0.02 is 1.02 na lang. And then gamit sa algebra ato ginaog ang 4n, so let ta og ln. So nag ln ta sa both para manaog ang 4n. So ln times the quantity of 1.8 equals to 4n ln times the quantity of 1.12. So human ato na po na siya i-simplify, nahimo na lang siyang 29.682 equals to 4n. Then divide both sides by 4, nahimo na siyang value sa ato n is 0.42 years. So next is problem 7. At a certain interest rate compounded semi-annually, 5,000 will amount to 20,000 after 10 years. What is the amount at the end of 15 years? So natay given din nga atong present worth which is 5,000, ang atong N1 is 10, then naapod tay future worth 1 which is 120, which is 20,000, then ang atong N2 is 15,000. So atong gipangita is ang future worth 2. So at N2 which is 15, magamit na to ang formula nga F2 equals P times the quantity of 1 plus N plus I raised to 2 times the quantity of N2. So substitute sa itong mga formula is atong P which is 5,000, then ang atong I is 0.1435, then ang atong N is 15. So makuha na nato ang formula, ang value sa atong F2 which is 39,973.79. So next is problem 8. Jose's Corporation borrowed 9,000 from Brown Corporation on January 1, 1978 and 12,000 on January 1, 1980. Jones Corporation made a partial payment of 12,000 on January 1, 1981, and it was agreed that the balance of the loan would be amortized by two payments, one of January 1, 1982 and the other on January 1, 1983. The second being 50% larger than the first. If the interest rate is 12%, what is the amount of each payment? So mao ni siya ang atong given og cash flow. I is 12%, then ang atong cash flow is mao ni siya. So nag-start siya dinhi as 9%, 9,000 from 1978, then in 1980 is 12,000. And then sa 1981 is nagbayad siya og 7,000 partial nga bayad, din sa 1982 is mao ni siya atong gipangita, then sa 1983 is mga gyapon ni siya ang atong gipangita. So by using the mga value nato ganina is ato na siya ipang input para makuha na nato atong x. So 9,000 times the quantity of 1 plus I raised to 5 plus 12,000 times the quantity of 1 plus I raised to 3 is equals to 7,000 times the quantity of 1 plus I raised to 2 plus x times the quantity of 1 plus I raised to 2 plus 3 over 2 x. So is pang simplify ni din hiyo gipang input ang atong mga value, makuha nato ang x which is 9,137.18, then ato siya i-times og 3 halves which is makuha na nato atong 3 halves x nga 13,705.77. So muna na siya ang atong value. Next is problem 9. A woman borrowed 3,000 to be paid after 1.5 years with interest at 12% compounded semi-annually and 5% to be paid after 3 at 12% compounded monthly. What single payment must she pay after 3.5 years at an interest rate of 16% compounded quarterly to settle the obligations? So natin mga value din nga P1 which is 3,000 and ang atong N is 1.5 years. Then napunta interest sa P1 which is 12%. Then sa P2 is natay 5,000. Then ang atong N sa P2 is 3 years. Then I is 12%. Then pila ang iyang mabayaran after she paid 3.5 years at an interest which is 16%. So mao ni ato mga formula nga gamiton. So first is pangitaon sa nato atong F1 or future worth 1 So F1 equals to P times the quantity of 1 plus I raised over 2, then raised of 2, then gitimes sa N1. Substitute sa ato mga value. So P is 3,000 times the quantity of 1 plus 0.12 over 2, and raised of 2, ginigitimes sa N1, which is ang atong N1 is 1.5 years. So nanatay value sa F1 which is 3,570.05. So mao na ni atong value sa F1, 3,570.05. Then next is pangitaon na po nato ang atong future worth 2. So F2 equals to P times the quantity of 1 plus I sub 2 over 2 gin-raise sa 2, then gitimes na po sa N2 nato. So substitute na po sa ato mga value. So equals to P 5,000 times the quantity of 1 plus 0.12 over 12, then raise of 12, then substitute sa atong N2 which is 3. So mo ni siya ang atong future worth 2 na nakuha. So 7,153.84. So pagkuha sa atong F sub 3 or future worth 3 is mo ni siya atong formula nga gamiton. So F sub 3 equals to F sub 1 times the quantity of 1 plus I sub 3 over 4, then raise siya sa 4, then times the quantity of N3 minus N1 plus F2 times the quantity of 1 plus I raised to 3 over 4, then raise na po siya of 4 times the quantity of N3 minus N2. So input ang ato mga value or ato ipang substitute ato mga value din nakuha na nato atong value sa F3 which is 12,627.55. So next is problem 10. So Mr. J. De La Cruz borrowed money from the bank, received from bank 1,342 and promises to repay 1,500 at the end of 9 months. Determine the simple interest rate and the corresponding discount rate that is often referred to as the banker's discount. So ang atong given is discount is equals to 158 pesos, then ang atong principal is 1,500. So atong gi-require din here, ang atong gipangita is ang rate of discount which is the D, then ang atong I rate of interest. So solution nga atong gamiton is D equals to discount over principal or 158 over 1,500. So muna ni atong discount which is 0.1053 or gitimes nato og 100 para makuha into percentage which is 10.53 ang ni gawas. Then sa ato na po rate of interest which is ang formula is I equals to D over 1 minus D. So substitute sa atong formula nga dinhi which is 0.1053 over 1 minus 0.1053. Nakuha na nato ang atong rate of interest which is 0.1177 or gitimes na po nato siya og 100 into para mahimong percentage. So makuha na nato siya as 11.77%. So next is problem 11. A man deposits 50,000 in a bank account at 6% compounded monthly for 5 years. If the inflation rate of 6.5% per year continues for this period, what will this effectively protect the purchasing power of the original principal? So mao ni siya ang atong mga given. P is present worth which is 50,000, then ang atong R is terminal rate of interest which is 6% compounded monthly, then ang atong N is 5 years, then ang atong I is inflation rate which is 6.5%. So ang atong gi-require din or ang atong gipangita is ang F which is ang future worth. So ang solution ng atong gamiton is I equals to quantity of 1 plus R over M raised to M minus 1. Substitute sa ato mga value nga gikan dinhi, nakuha nato ang atong phi which is 0.661677 or 6.1677%. So para makuha na nato atong future worth which is ang atong gamiton na formula is kani which is F equals to P times the quantity of 1 plus I over 1 plus S over again gi-raise siya sa N. Then para pagkuha sa atong future worth is mao ni siya atong gamiton na formula. So F equals to P times the quantity of 1 plus I over 1 plus F, then gray siya sa N. Substitute sa atong mga formula, gikan din hiyog sa ibabaw, nakuha na nato ang atong future worth, which is 49,225. So next is problem 12. What is the future worth of 600 pesos deposited at the end of every month for 4 years if the invested rate is 12% compounded quarterly? So mao ni siya ang atong mga given. A or annuity is 600 pesos. Ang atong R or nominal rate is 12% compounded quarterly. Din ang atong N is 4 years. So solution is first, para makuha nato atong formula nga I nga gamitonon para makuha ang atong future worth is mao ni siya atong gamiton. Quantity of 1 plus I raised to N minus 1. So substitute sa atong formula sa atong mga value din ni sa ibabaw. So nakuha na nato siya as quantity of 1 plus 0.12 over 4, then gray siya sa 4 minus 1. So ang atong I, value sa I is 0.099 or 0.99%. And then para so nanatay value sa atong I is ato na sad i-simplify ang atong N, which is ato i-divide og 12. So 4 times 12 is 48. Then para makuha na nato atong value sa F is magamit ani nga formula sa future worth. F equals to A times the quantity of 1 plus I raised to N minus 1 over I. Substitute sa atong mga value, nakuha na nato ang atong future worth, which is 36,641 pesos. Next is problem 13. So kaning problem 13 is same ra siya sa problem 12. Pero din sa problem 13 is ako na lang siya gibutangan og cash flow diagram. So what is the future worth of 600 deposited at the end month for 4 years if the interest is 12% compounded quarterly? So same ganina is ato siya gikuha ang given anay, then gigamit ta og solution para makuha anay nato ang I, which is nakuha nato siya gigamit sa formula nga kaning quantity of 1 plus I raised to 12 minus 1. Then solving for F na pud, atong gigamit nga formula is kani siya. F equals to A times the quantity of F over A, then I percent, then N. Si substitute sa atong mga value, mo gihapon ang nigawas sa atong future worth, which is 36,641.32. So next is problem 14. Mr. Reyes borrowed 600,000 at 12% compounded annually, agreeing to repay the loan in 15 equal annual payments. How much of the original principal is still unpaid after he made the 8th payment? So given. Mo ni siya, nagdrawing ko diri og cash flow diagram. Mo ni siya is naka-raise ang 600,000 nga gibaro niya up to sa 15 annual payments. So natay value diri sa atong I, which is 12%, then ang annually is 10 is 15. Then para makuha ang A is gigamit nato ang formula nga P equals to A quantity of 1 minus quantity of A plus I raised to negative N over I. Tapos gisubstitute ni siya sa mga value na nagikan sa ibabaw, which is ang atong present worth is 600,000, then ang atong I is 0.12, then ang atong N is 15. So nakuha na nato atong A, which is 8,094.54. So next is at N is 7. So mo gyapon natong gigamit nga formula. P equals to A quantity of 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative N over I. So substitute sa ato mga formula gikan sa ibabaw, which is ang kaniyog sa ibabaw nga mga value, nakuha na nato ang atong P, which is, so next is problem 15. M purchased a small lot in a subdivision, paying 200,000 down and promising to pay 15,000 every 10 months for the next 10 years. The seller figured interest at 12% compounded quarterly. So na siya diri mga condition nga gipangita, which is ang A, is what was the cash price of the lot, then B, if M missed the first 12 payments, what must he pay at the time the 13th is due to bring him up to date. C is after making 8 payments, M wished to discharge his remaining indebtedness by a single payment at the time when the ninth regular payment was due. What must he pay in addition to the regular payment then due? D is if M missed the first 10 payments, what must he pay when the 11th payment is due to discharge his entire indebtedness? So given din he is nagdraw na pud ta og cash flow diagram. Mao na siya atong cash flow diagram. Kung ang atong P is 200,000, mao na siya atong payment, then up to cash flow na to siya kutob so 240 na cash flow. So next is atong mga given. So ang atong down payment is 200,000, then ang atong A is 15,000, ang atong N is 4, then gitimes na to siya og 10, nahimo siyang 40. Ang atong N is 4, then gitimes na to siya og 10, nahimo siyang 40. Then ang 12% na to is mao na siya ang compounded quarterly. So 12% gidivide na to siya og 4, which is nahimo siyang 3% or 0.03. So solution para makuha ang A nga problem is mao ni siya atong gigamit na formula. P equals to 200,000 plus A times the quantity of 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative N over I. Ato gisubstitute ang atong mga value dinhi sa ibabaw, nakuha ang atong mao ni siya atong na input, then nakuha na nato atong P or ang atong A, which is 346,722. So mao na siya ang atong value sa A. Next is para makuha ang B is mao ni siya atong gigamit. Nagleta diri as atong gi-input diri ang atong mga value, which is ang atong gi-input diri ang atong mga value nga gamitonon, which is ang I is 3%, then ang atong N is 13. So F at N13 is equals to A times the quantity of 1 plus I raised to N minus 1 over I. Substitute sa atong mga value, nakuha na nato ang F at N13 nato, which is 234.270. So nakuha na nato atong value sa F at N13, which is 234,270. So next is ang C na pud nato atong pangitaon. Nag-input na po ta diri og value, which is ang N nato is 40. So atong gigamit na formula is P equals to A times the quantity of 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative N over I. Input na po nato mga value, nakuha na po nato ang atong letter C, which is ang P equals to 300,006 pesos. Next is ang value na po sa next is ang problem din na po ang atong pangitaon. So then he is nagleta as P at N equals to 29. So P at N29 is equals to A times the quantity of 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative N over I. So nag-input ta diri ang sa mga value nato, nakuha na po nato ang P at N29 is as 287,826.82. The next is atong gipangita na po din is ang F at 11. So ang formula nga atong gigamit is mao ra gyapon to ang future worth nga ordinary annuity, which is F at N11 is equals to A times the quantity of 1 plus I raised to N minus 1 over I. Substitute sa atong mga value, nakuha na po nato ang atong value sa F N at 11 equals to 192,116.94. So therefore, para makuha na to ang Q is mao ni siya atong formula nga gamiton. Q equals to P29 plus F at N11. Substitute sa atong mga value, 287,816.82 plus 192,116.94. Nakuha na nato ang atong F, nakuha na nato atong Q, which is 479,918. So next is problem 16. A man approaches the ABC loan agency for 100,000 to be paid in 24 monthly installment. The agency advertises an interest rate of 1.5% per month. They proceed to calculate the amount of this monthly payment in the following manner. So, muna siya ang ila pag-compute, which is ang amount requested is 100,000, then ang credit investigation is 500, then ang credit risk insurance is 1,000. So, giad na sila tanan, nahimo siyang 107,500. So, ang interest is 101,500 gitimes siya sa 24, which is ang monthly nga installment din sa interest nga 0.015. So nakuha na nato ang interest nga as 36,540. Din total on this 101,500 plus 36,000, which is ang interest. Then nahimo na siyang 138,040 pesos. Then ang payment is 138,040 pesos. Gidivide na to siya as 24. So mo na siya ang nakuha as payment. 5,751.67. So effective interest of the loan is mao ni siya ang solution. 100,000 pesos gidivide siya sa ang atong payment, which is 5,751.67. Nakuha na nato siya as 17.3863. So next is ang kaning value nga 17.3863 is gamit ni siya nato para makuha ang interest na to. So 17.3863 equals to 1 minus the quantity of 1 plus I raised to negative 29 over I equal. So nakuha na nato atong value sa I, which is 0.0276. Effective rate is quantity of 1 plus 0.276 raised to 12 minus 1, 10 times 100. Muna ni siya ang atong effective rate, 38.64%. So next is problem 17. A new office building was constructed 5 years ago by a consulting engineering firm. At that time, the firm obtained the bank loan for 10 million with a 20% annual interest rate compounded quarterly. The terms of the loan called for equal quarterly for a 10-year period with the right of prepayment anytime without penalty. Due to interval charges in the firm, it is now proposed to refinance the loan through an insurance company. The new loan is planned for a 20-year term with an interest rate of 29% per annum, compounded quarterly. The insurance company has a one-time service charge, 5% of the balance. This now loan also calls for equal quarterly payments. So naay gipangita din A is what is the balance due on the original investment principal if all payments have been made through a whole 5 years. B is what will be the difference between the equal quarterly in the existing arrangement and the revised proposal. So solution is mo ni siya ang atong cash flow diagram. Then solution is A equals to 10 million over 1 minus the quantity of 1 plus 0.20 over A, then raised of negative 20 over 0.20 over 4. So nakuha na nato atong A sub 1, which is 587,781.117. So A, para makuha na to ang A is remaining balance is 0. So P equals 582,781.6,117 times the quantity of 1 minus quantity of 1 plus 0.20 over 4 raised negative 20 over 0.20 over 4. So nakuha na nato siya ang value sa A, which is 7,262,747.29. Then atong pangitaon is B na pod. Remaining balance plus 5% service charge equals to 7,625,884. So A sub 2 equals to kaning value ha over 1 minus quantity of 1 plus 0.24 over 4, then raised to negative 30 over 0.24 over 4. So nakuha na nato tong A sub 2 which is 461,919.19 So ato i-minus ang A sub 1 sa A sub 2. So A sub 1 minus A sub 2 equals to, substitute sa mga value nila, 582,781.8,117 minus 461,919.1922. So mo na siya ang atong problem 2 which is 120,862. And maura to siya, sir. Thank you and God bless.